is a threat in the world today. A threat to our way of living, a threat to our society, and maybe even a threat to our very existence. And what is this threat?
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world.
He is the one.
I am.
I am the ass.
He is.
And we are Black and White Sports.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice.
How am I not pound the best fighter in the world? You tell me. Because you're retired?
I mean, I want to see your face when you're asking this question and the way you're going to ask it. Look a man in the eye before you try to kill him or make up something.
He went through my soul.
And I'm not surprised.
What is going on tonight? It's Taco Tuesday, powered by First Financial Bank. 317-417-8582. Call John for today for all your banking essentials. 317-417-8582. And Mr. Rockstar Realtor himself, Mr. Shawn Nugent. If you want to buy or sell a home today, you talk to Shawn at Talk to Tucker. 317-503-8322. That's 317-503-8322. Now, Damon, you got to roll because I got to fix my damn camera.
Yeah, I was sending you a in-screen message. But anyway, thanks for everybody for joining us again on this fabulous Talk. Oh, he's back. Back on Talk O Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
So I was tweeting, and now I'm done tweeting.
He's done tweeting, folks.
And you called me off guard.
I guess what? Coming back?
Yeah.
I caught you off guard coming back. Hey.
Well, you
back.
caught me off guard going in because I had a whole thing prepared to say because you were blacked out, and then
I just talked,
and then you faded right in.
Yeah, I kind of I was looking at myself in the black hole, and I was like, they can't see me. I gotta say something. I gotta hope that my microphone's working.
The microphone is working.
Yes, and the camera is now too. So
yeah, awesome.
What is going on tonight,
What
sir?
we got going on? What we got going on today?
Well, I think it's a lot of football action going on, both in the college world and the pro world. So, where would you like to start, sir?
Well, I guess I'll start by saying this. I am in the bottom of the seventh, and the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, which are now the Rays, because you can't say anything devil.
You can't say it's the devil.
But you can say the Sun Devils. You can say the Blue Devils. I guess because college brings in more sports money. But anyway, that's beside the point. So just to let you know, we are tapping into the baseball. We're not going to talk about it, but I'm just going to tell you we're watching it.
Hey, I'm ready to listen to my Reds play the Braves tomorrow at noon. I'll be having my computer or something at work so I can hear it.
Well, I'll watch it. I'll give you some slow by play.
Because you're gonna be a Reds fan come next year.
Yeah. We'll get right on that. We'll get right on that.
Glad you're coming around.
No, yeah, we're going to come right around. No, but before we get into that, just wanted to let anybody know if you wanted to hook up with us in any kind of promotion, service announcement, or you just want us to be friends of your friends who's friends of our friends, just hit us up on info.bwsports1@gmail.com, or you could DM us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or if you got our numbers, text us.
There you go. Or call. Even call.
And we'd like to have a nice apparel backing. So if you want to get your apparel out there with our logo on it, just let us know.
There you go. There you go. So now it's time to get into some college football talk. This is the first time we really are diving into the college world on Taco Tuesday. What you got, Damon? Start us off, brother.
Well, we're going to start off with the defending national champions. Well, that score just changed dramatically. 2-run homer.
Okay.
We'll start with the defending national champions, the LSU Tigers, with their fabulous winning. These boys going to get them ready to go. Coach Orgeron.
Come on, man.
So they opened up their season, which looked to be a pretty good, practice game, tune-up to get ready for a very difficult SEC schedule, as always, for those teams. But Mississippi State had other plans with a quarterback that threw for 630 some odd yards.
Good God, man.
Yeah.
Well, hey, like my comment in the notes said, it is any given Saturday.
Oh my God, that's such a cop out. That is such a terrible, and you can say that
Saturday
on any sport at any time. That is so terrible.
Well, I mean, come on now. They didn't have the camp just like the NFL didn't as much as they normally do. They didn't have the scrimmages. They didn't have the proper time because college football just kind of threw it out there. They had zero planning done.
Well, the SEC started 2 weeks after the ACC. Mississippi State had the same amount of practice time, the same amount of allowance of training as LSU did, sir. So
how much has Joe Burrow really missed?
There you go. Talk about some football, buddy.
All right, let's
talk about the 11 seniors and the 4 underclassmen that departed the program, plus the 3 that opted out. There has to be some type of correlation of those missing pieces to come into this season. They should have had the better advantage. One, you're the highly ranked team. You're coming off a national championship. Mississippi State is coming off bringing in a new coach, Mike Leach from back out west, coming back to the SEC. He hasn't had time to implement his stuff, even less than what Orgeron has with his guy who's been in his program for 3 years already. So, yeah, this is a bad look for LSU. And it's going to stem. It's going to stem later on in the season because
you got a shortened season.
Well, yeah, but
you're playing nothing but conference, so you can't get – you can't – you want me to talk football? Damn it, Damon, I'm talking football finally.
Thank you.
No, you got a shortened season. You're playing nothing but conference games, so every game is going to count even more this year than it does any other year in college football.
Agreed. But this is not the first time that a defending national champion ranked in the top 10, ranked in the top 10 was to lose a home opener the previous season to an unranked team.
Wow. Well, I bet Mississippi State's going to be ranked now.
Yeah, like 24th.
They've jumped probably from 40th.
Yeah, that'll bring up some issues later on in the thing, and I'm going to be very angry about your reply, but it is what it is. What was I going to say? But that wasn't the only top 10 team to take an L this week in college football. The number 3 ranked at that time, Oklahoma Sooners, took an L to Kansas State.
And here we go again. Any given Saturday. No, once again, you're playing nothing but conference. You're playing Yeah, I mean, you're playing nothing but conference games. You're playing a shortened season again. Oklahoma has always had that one game a year that they flop, and this is it. The possibly the good thing for them is it was the first game, or not first game. No, I'm sorry, it was an early game, but it's still going to hurt them because it's all conference play.
Yeah, it's going to hurt them way more than it is going to hurt LSU, because LSU, with them having to have a Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Auburn, those type of teams, Tennessee that's showing good signs. You got those type of games that can build you back up. With Oklahoma, the only shot you got is the Texas Red River Shootout. So if Texas starts to flounder, that takes you completely out of the mix. Oklahoma has, like you said, has always traditionally had that one game, one oops game, but it's normally out of conference. So with them not having that out of conference game, and you take that lump game in conference, it pretty much almost wipes Oklahoma out of the conversation that they were on the outside looking in of with the national championship anyway, to me.
Correct. I agree.
All right, so we finally break it down with what's going on and your boys over in South Bend with the Notre Dame football team. Reports come out that was 18 total positive cases, and the outbreak was linked to meals.
Well, like I said earlier, not earlier.
Or any given meal?
No, any given meal. No. The nutritionists and the staff that work on preparation for food and all that for the team may be looking for another profession right now. I don't know. Who knows if it came in something they got and they used, I don't know. Maybe it's dirty dishes, anything like that. I don't know. What do you say on that?
Well, what I say is I don't think he's going to be looking for another job. If the priest don't have to find another job, the nutritionist is not going to find another job.
Well, maybe. Maybe. That's a possibility.
Let's see. Moving along here, we move down. This one's kind of interesting to me, because when I heard the numbers of how it broke down of effectiveness, and I'm like, well, this is a college campus, and I kind of wonder what this dynamic of mixture of positive tests can only bring about. One being, both of them being negative ideas in my head.
Oh, yeah.
But both being absolutely plausible ideas in my head.
Oh, yeah.
So you had 19 University of Buffalo Bulls football players, along with a total of 25 student athletes test positive. Now, here's the breakdown. You had 19 football players. You have 5 women's volleyball players, and you have 1 women's soccer player. You gave me
What's the ratio
political number. You gave me the politically correct answer, as in college party. Yeah, my idea took that just a step further.
Called orgies.
It didn't work out. The math don't work out. So you got 6 chicks and 19 dudes.
Well, leave it to your own imagination, folks. They getting down in Buffalo, baby.
Hey, man.
That's where my cousin is, too. He works for the Bills now.
The Buffalo Bills? We're talking about the Bulls. The Buffalo Bulls.
But he lives in Buffalo.
Oh, Buffalo. Did you know that buffaloes don't have wings?
Only wild ones.
Ba-doom.
That was bad.
Yeah, we're going to move right along.
That was bad.
Let's see. Let's hang out in the Big 12 a little more. Texas and Texas Tech with a combined total of 119 points.
Well, imagine that. Big 12 defense. Back at you, baby.
Now, that was incorrect. Here's my response. Let's move on type of statement.
What he's doing, folks, is we have a shared note document, okay? So we both type in, he'll fill some out and I'll fill some out. And he's critiquing my answers that I typed on our notes earlier before the show. When I say any given Saturday, he wants some more talk. I'm like, any given Saturday. But this one he approved of.
Yes, that one, yeah. What can you talk about? Big 12 don't play no damn defense.
At all.
Yeah, 63-56. Yeah, that's playing some defense. You can't fire the defensive coordinator because really, But anyway.
They have one?
Yeah, not in the Big 12. Okay, but this one should be a little bit more conversative. Conversative. Is that a word? Or is that an action word? I don't know.
In the one dictionary.
Should number one Clemson be paying a little more attention to the University of Miami and the pretty exciting under the radar Virginia Tech team in the ACC?
If I'm Clemson, I don't want to be talked about like Oklahoma. I don't want to be talked about like losing a game and having to worry about how it's going to unfold. I better be focused on every team that I'm playing every week. It's a new week every week.
Boy, he's throwing out the cliches, folks.
It's a new week every week. I sound like a coach, don't I?
We've had any given Sunday, any given Saturday.
Any given Saturday. I haven't said any given Sunday yet. We haven't talked about NFL.
What do you expect?
Well, okay, so Virginia Tech. Well, I mean, obviously you knew that this past weekend, and you called me out on it earlier. I got zero ability to watch college football on Saturday because I was out at the track all day for a great cause. Had a great time. Even had him, this guy right here. He was out there with his family, and we had a great time. But when I got home, it was like, oh man, I was tired.
oh man, I was tired. I'm gonna eat shit, go to sleep.
I don't even think I did two of those.
He said I was going to sleep. No, but
who do you think out of those two? You mentioned both of them. I want to hear who you would be feared of or more worried about or watching more if you were Clemson out of those two teams.
With Clemson, I would be paying more attention to Miami, but not slipping on Virginia Tech.
I think Miami's got a very strong team. I think Miami has their defense is on point, and we'll have to see how far that takes them through conference play. Nope, I sure didn't. Anytime that I see Damon on camera look down and start laughing, I know to go look at the comment section for your comments.
No, but for real, Virginia Tech is going to fall in that part of the schedule where they can be a little lackadaisical. And Virginia Tech is a very solid football team. By the time they end up having to play or come into an area of them, their quarterback is going to be very well seasoned, as in, getting ready for a team as of Clemson, and their defense is, as always with Virginia Tech, I mean, it's nothing new. Virginia Tech has always put out great defenses. So I'm looking for the Virginia Tech game to be a sneaky game. But if I was Clemson and Dabo Swinney, I would be more worried about this Miami team like you thought you would have been for Louisville at the beginning of the season. This Miami team is gritty. They're tough. They can score the ball. They can run it. They have a quality quality quarterback. They got big receivers and a very, very NFL-ready tight end. So I'm looking at the turnover chain, man. The turnover chain has got these guys doing everything that they can to get that turnover chain popping. They got a better COVID cleaning detail for the turnover chain than most schools do for their whole Notre Dame program.
Wow. Wow. I would not consider either one of these teams a sleeper team, though. I think they're better than being a sleeper team, Miami and Virginia Tech. I would say more of a trap game would be Virginia Tech than Miami because Miami's coming in strong. Virginia Tech's, building that momentum up.
Yeah, I think the trap game, sleeper game will be Virginia Tech. Because regardless of however good they're looking, Clemson should be able to dominate that game. And then when you go into games like that, especially if you depend on if you play somebody really good the week before. So I haven't really broke down their schedule, but those are two teams, if I was Clemson in the ACC, that I would be most worried about. One, you think, why wouldn't we be talking about Notre Dame in that questionnaire?
They're not playing.
As good as Notre Dame, they're supposed to be back October 10th.
Yeah,
but
we'll see.
As well as Notre Dame looked, I felt more of Miami being a challenge to Clemson than I did Notre Dame.
Yes.
And that's not a knock of Notre Dame whatsoever. It's just me having more faith in this young Miami team.
I agree with you wholeheartedly there. There was no disagreeing in me, folks, on that one.
All right, so here we go.
Here we go.
Well, we got the first poll, AP poll of the college season to come out, including the Big Ten. So, and with that, you had two Big Ten teams that are in the top 10 that would have been in the top 10 regardless and were in the top 10 in all of the rankings, regardless if we think the rankings before the college playoff rankings come out or, bogus or whatever. But here's my thing, and I don't speak up for this school very often because they are my most hated enemy. And this is going to be the second time I've done it within a month and a half. The first time would been how adamant and how forceful they wanted to compete and got the Big Ten back into playing football. It was completely led by that school in Ohio. And this will be the second time that I speak up for them. You had them preseason ranked number 2 in all of everything. If that team would have started with everybody else, you still had them ranked at number 2 with nobody playing any single games. You still have these guys as the major contender for the national championship, right? You have the best, to my eyes, you have the best college football player that we have this season in Justin Fields. Him in the thing, I think he's front runner Trevor Lawrence. You can't really see it right now because Trevor's the one that's playing. But when Justin hits the field, you're going to see it. This team is probably one of the most complete football teams for college that I have seen or have read about or will see this upcoming season. I don't understand how they can get more first place votes than the number 2 team and only be number 6 in the country.
So I will agree with you on that part, Damon. I will agree with you that if they were ranked second at the beginning, and they still have gotten, I think I at least saw 4 or 5 votes for number 1. They should be second if we are going to do what they are doing with it. Now, that being said, let me explain myself. I do not agree with polls, and like you said earlier, it's more so the you were coming at it at a different angle. Now I'm going to come at it at the angle that you said, regardless of all that. I still don't believe that rankings should happen before at least week 6 in college football. I don't believe that you should have put any team that is not starting the season at the same time above any team that's sitting at 2-0, 3-0, whatever right now. I do not understand. Again, I'm still kind of playing devil's advocate here. I do not understand why they all couldn't figure out to just start at the same time, regardless if that would have been 2 or 3 weeks ago when the SEC and what was it? The SEC, the ACC, and the Big 12 started. And, now we're still waiting on the Big 10. We're still waiting on the Pac-12. Why didn't they get a date started together so they could really work this thing out? That's what bothers me about this season. Not saying anything against Ohio State. Because I totally agree with what you said as far as them being the quote unquote total package or the team the team to beat this season. I'm not taking that away at all. What I am taking away is the way the NCAA and the conferences, or however anybody wants to look at it, handled the whole situation, because now we got a discombobulated season.
Well, it was handled exactly how you expect it to handle when you have a governing body that allows the entities to run on their own. So these conferences have their own agendas. They have their own parents, students, universities, and everything that they have to take care of first. The NCAA, all it is a platform for them to host countrywide games. Pretty much what it is. The NCAA can hold down sanctions, but really, if the conferences don't do it, what does the NCAA have? But that's a little moot point at this point of our lives in college sports. But when you have all these different conferences starting at the different, you can't really have them all start at the same day. When you have different sets of the country where these conferences are set up, and this pandemic is not allowing them to start at the same time, it just wasn't going to happen. But when it comes down to it, you're supposed to rank. Let me say it like this. At this point in time, I don't think that you can sit there and name 5, 6, 7, 8 teams, or was it 6? I don't think you can name 5 teams better than them.
No, like I said, if you're going off a pure skill, talent, play calling, and the whole 9 yards, whatever, yeah, they deserve. And I'm not saying they didn't deserve to be there. I'm just saying I don't like the situation. And obviously, if
you look at it, when the season starts anyway, not all of them start the same week.
No, but come on. I mean,
not all of them start the same week. None of them start conference play the same week. They all have breaks in their weeks or whatever. But the whole thing of the ranking is you're supposed to rank them by the best team, regardless if they're played or not. You know what I mean? Because I say this to you. If it was Notre Dame in that situation, you'd be shitty if they weren't ranked where they should be ranked.
Again, I don't believe in rankings before at least week 6, so we're not there yet.
All right. Listen, I want you to give me don't give me your. I want to be politically correct.
That ain't politically correct. That's telling you the truth.
If this was Notre Dame in OSU situation right now, knowing that you were supposed to be either 1 or 2 team in the country and all this unfolds, then you happen to be graced to get back in and they're mad, so they put you at number 6. Tell me that you are going to be pissed off.
Not really, because I don't like rankings until week 6 at least. Now, I will say that I wouldn't be pissed necessarily, because I would know that if you have us that high and we haven't even played yet for a full month or so, and everybody else has, that you really think highly of us. And if we do go undefeated, then we are in to win. So,
hey, if anybody is watching that knows how this man feels about Notre Dame football, can you please call him out on this foolishness and this shenanigans that he is throwing us right now? Because I will tell you right now, if it was Michigan in that situation, oh, I'm hot. I'm hot. Regardless of how I feel about the rankings, I'm hot.
See, I got more passion. I got more passion nowadays, and it used to be different. It used to be the other way around. I got more passion for the NFL, like for Philly, than I do Notre Dame, and it's probably due to
That you haven't won a national championship since '93.
It wasn't even 93, dude. It was 88. We should have won the national championship in 93, but Florida State screwed us out of that because we lost to Boston College by a field goal, but we beat Florida State. So, yes, it was a debacle.
Don't lose.
I'm with you. I'm with you. But back then, hey, you tied. You got a co-championship.
But does it say national championship? Do they have rings? Is that better? Is it in the record?
I tied. I split my trophy. I'm so cool.
No, we didn't split. The AP and the college awarded Michigan the national championship. Nebraska and the press said, "Oh, we're national champions too."
Anyway,
your punk asses wouldn't play us, so
Anyway, I want to hear this prop bet.
All right, prop bet. All right, so obviously you didn't see the horrible Florida State team play Miami. Not to say Miami wouldn't have mopped the floor with them anyway, but Florida State looked really bad. So here's my prop bet for you and Rafael Esparza. How long will it take for Deion Sanders to leave Jackson State and become the head coach of the Florida State Seminoles?
I will answer that right now. When is his son graduating Jackson State?
That's what I said with Juwan Howard.
When is his son graduating? Because then
it'll be at least 3 years.
Well, that's perfect, because that'll give him a little umph in the Division I look and all that. So, on that note, I think it's time for a little station identification. What do you say, Damon? Yeah,
short enough for me, buddy. Let's do it.
Woo! What is up, everybody? It is your boy, the ass from Black and White Sports, and let me talk to you about a little banking. First Financial Bank in John.buzzard. That's right, folks. The official bank of BW Sports 1 for all of your banking needs, whether it be savings, checking, mortgage loans, small business loans, and everything else under the sun. First Financial Bank in John.buzzard is where we go. Call that man, 317-417-8582. That's 317-417-8582. Or email him at John.buzzard@bankatfirst.com. That's right, First Financial Bank, the official bank of BW Sports 1. What's up, folks? It's your boy, the ass from Black and White Sports, and I am looking to buy or sell a home. I know who I'm going to call, and that's Shawn Nugent, a.k.a. BW Sports 1's Rockstar Realtor. That's right, folks. Shawn Nugent is the man you need to talk to if you're looking for your dream home or looking to just downsize or anything in between when it comes to your new house. Call Shawn 317-503-8322. That's 317-503-8322. Or email him shawn.nugent@talktotucker.com. You want to talk to Tucker? Talk to Shawn Nugent, BW Sports One's Rockstar Realtor. That's right. That's right. Now, we took the station identification break to segue from the college boys to the NFL boys. It's pro talk now. And, yeah, I'm not too happy. One of us is happy. One of us isn't.
Yeah. And one of us might not be happy about the weekend. And you say, why you say that? And we'll talk about that here shortly. But anyway.
There you go. What?
What?
What'd you say?
Well, I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, you did.
All right. So we have some coaching questions, sir. As you've seen from the first 3 weeks, we have some coaches who, you know, some of us might think that should be NFL coaches. And out of this group, you know, I think there's a couple of them that we think that aren't going to make it.
I would have to agree. One of them on the list I don't believe is on the hot seat, but that would be a little biased, unbiased, organic answer in Doug Peterson, because that is my Eagles coach. Adam Gase.
Rather be on the hot seat.
No. Adam Gase. I do not understand why this man is still coaching for the New York Jets, because the New York Jets look like doo-doo.
Well, you the one picked them to beat the Colts.
I did. I thought they were going to play for their coach. I thought they were going to do this, that, and the other. And nope.
You said, I thought that they were going to play for their coach.
Yeah, they must not like him as much as what I thought.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Doug Peterson, he might not be the hottest on this list, but I guarantee you that your ownership is not real happy. And if this trend of poor performance continues, he might not be there long. I will say he won't be gone before the end of the season. Unlike Adam Gase, I don't think he'll make the season. I don't even think he's going to make the bye week. Bill O'Brien for the Texans. I don't even know how the hell I spelled Texans.
I didn't either, but I wasn't going to say anything. Texans.
I think he's struggling right now with the 0-3 Houston, Texas team. He's going to get a little bit more benefit of the doubt because of the trades, but they did bring in some quality people, and they're not really all panning out. I think, you know, him and Doug Peterson are probably the ones that have to worry more towards the end than they are now. But I think Adam Gase and Dan Quinn of the Falcons, y'all need to be watching my shit like.
They talk about the Falcons, Jesus.
Yeah, boy. I don't know who I'm tired of talking about the worst, the Eagles or the Falcons. No, I'm really shitty about the Eagles because I picked you fuckers to go to the bowl. So
tell me about it.
Yeah, I'm not happy about you.
Tell me about it.
But anyway.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. No,
you think I'm happy about it? You really think I'm happy about it?
Yeah, I think you're ecstatic about it.
Nah, the opposite.
Let's see. Saints are struggling, bro.
Saints are struggling. Is there turmoil in the locker area from past events that happened. I don't know. I'm not there.
I know exactly what you're talking about, and no.
I'm just saying.
No. He's referring to, it's all he's doing, just stirring the part from our one viewer. No, what you're referring to is the comments that Drew Brees made from the heart when he was asked a question about the flag. Military and family, you got to expect him to have that type of thing. Maybe not. We talked about it, so
but I'm not even saying that. Okay, maybe that would stem from it at first, but I'm not even saying that now. I'm saying more so, what's the kind of morale that's going on in the locker room? Maybe not just because of what happened then, but what's happening on the field that they're not jiving right now.
Well, Drew Brees got to throw the ball past 7 yards.
Well, this is true.
Receivers got to get open.
That's even truer.
You know what I mean? But yeah, they are struggling. I mean, at some point in time, you had to expect the 40-year-old quarterback to start to struggle. Shit, you know what I mean? I wasn't a pro, and I started to struggle. Shit, just shooting around in the backyard. You know what I mean? So don't tell me this man at 40 ain't struggling. But no, they're all pros. Shawn and Drew have been together a long time. I wouldn't start, buttoning down the hatches and throwing the women and children overboard to save their lives just yet.
No, not yet.
I think they'll figure it out. A couple of injuries is going on right now with it, but I think they'll figure it out and they'll be just fine. It's too early to jump on it. I mean, they are 2-1, so.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Well, I'm a mime now.
Yes.
On camera, I'm a mime.
Maybe they need a bounty contest in the locker room.
Well, it helped one time.
It helped one time, yeah. So let's move on. I don't know if you saw the tackle or not.
Yes. This tackle that you're referring to, I believe, is right here, folks.
Oh, he's good.
Let's watch this tackle.
Oh, look at he's got the little button and everything.
Little pointer. Look at that. Look at that.
You gonna draw on it?
Okay. So.
And then walks over him like he ain't shit.
I'm going to play it back.
He's gonna loop it.
Right there. Okay. He knows he's down right here. He knows it. Anybody playing anybody playing football knows that this guy's down because you're looking at his legs. And yes, he's not down yet technically. But watch. Okay, he's down. Now he's down. You know he's down. Let go of his leg. Because now watch what he does. Rips it. He ripped his leg. I mean, seriously, that is ridiculous. What do you think, Damon? I think that was a shitball move.
Hey, if I think that one of his teammates should have took that dude out.
Right then and there. I mean, watch. Here, slow motion. Yeah. Boom. He's down. He's still got a hold of it. He's still got a hold of it. He's still got a hold of it. Now he lets go. This is a perfect angle right here. Okay. He's down. You know it. Let go. 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 There was 4 seconds. I mean, in slow motion, 4 seconds that he was sitting there holding his leg too long.
Hey, I'm glad they didn't pan to see this. I'm glad he wasn't fake kneeling because I had to come get him.
That was
over here fake kneeling.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I completely agree. That's a dirty play, and it should have been dealt with on the field by his teammates. And this guy's gonna miss some time because this dude.
No, he's okay.
He's good?
He's good. Thank God, because he's on my fantasy team.
Hey, man, somebody need to go ahead and give him a helmet shot or a dirty shot or a blind side to the side of the leg shot. Because obviously you don't care nobody else, so why should we care about you?
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think it was dirty tackle. I hope he gets a healthy fine. I hope there's some baseball justice delivered. Baseball, they're going to beat me with the ball. So I hope there's some baseball justice.
Oh, the next time up, he's getting beamed.
Yeah.
Twice.
Right.
I might throw it at him as he's walking to first.
Hey, I might throw it at him at first instead of trying to check him at first. I just hit him with the ball at first. Can't give him second if you hit him at first.
This is true. This is
true.
This is true.
All right. So we're moving on. Nick Foles in, Mitchell Trubisky out for the Bears.
Until Foles gets hurt. I'm not hating on him.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. Not at all. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. See, I'm back now. So you got me talking shit. Now I'm ready to be back. I am not hating on him whatsoever. I'm just saying it's bound to happen because, unfortunately, Nick Foles has had a struggle time with injuries. He's had 2 broken collars. He was injured in Kansas City. He was injured in Jacksonville, I believe. He's injury prone. Now, I'm not saying Wentz isn't any better, but he is injury prone, and he is a little older. But he slings the ball like no other. I'll give him that. 2 touchdowns, I think 260 yards or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Something roughly around that. Huh?
You said in the fourth quarter.
Right. Talk about teams that are surprising. We're talking about the Bears in this. They are my surprising team, not only for this week, but the first 3 weeks of the season. Man, it's like, okay.
Hey, you know what I mean? The Bears front office should feel stupid as shit. You gave up all these draft picks. You passed up on about 3 all-pro quarterbacks as of right now. One of them is the MVP. One of them is the Super Bowl champion. All quarterbacks you had an opportunity to get. You moved up for a guy that no one had faith in, even in college. And you put your organization in the hands of this dude who was not ready for the moment at any point in time in his career. And so now you're scrambling around to try to find a quarterback who can help. And you got a limp along Nick Foles. I mean, he's going to win you some games like he did the other night. But is he going to play 13 more games? I agree with you on there. I don't think he's going to play 13 more games. So here we again, Chicago's going to squander away another great defense, and they're going to squander away another great year because Foles is going to get hurt in the next 4 or 5 weeks. So Trubisky's going to have to come back in, and that's where you're going to have to put your eggs in your basket, and it's going to suck, and you're going to have to draft a quarterback. And you're not going to lose enough games to draft Trevor Lawrence. So you're going to be in the whole situation all over again. Cleveland.
Message.
But, yes, the Bears are 3-0. Wow.
They are. Wow.
The Bears and the Packers.
Be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, not for long. All right, so Titans and Vikings shut down for
what?
Titans and the Vikings shut down facilities after multiple coronavirus tests in the Titans organization.
Well,
it's going to happen. I mean, then we're going to get through a season without having some positive tests. It wasn't going to happen. We knew it. They knew it. It's just
conveniently for you, you're scheduled to play one of these teams.
Yeah, and it was one of my spotlight games. So we'll talk about that later. But yeah, it's going to affect 4 teams. I forgot who the Vikings are supposed to play. The Vikings haven't had anybody test yet, but they've kind of shut everything down just to be in safety precautions. So they possibly can still play. Forgot who it is they're playing, but yes, the Titans and the Steelers were scheduled to play in was it Nashville? Yeah, Nashville.
Yeah.
They were scheduled to play in Nashville this upcoming, and the battle of the only battle of 2 undefeated teams. So it was supposed to be a really good game, but we'll see how it all unfolds. I'm not sure how they're going to expect to play this game.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything.
Having it on Sunday, maybe Monday, Tuesday. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. There'll be a lot
Either
of
way,
with no fans. It's a lot easier to fix.
Yeah. Well, not all of them are playing with no fans.
I know.
The coach said 7,500 with the windows open.
You going?
They had, and hell no.
You go? It's okay.
Hell no, I ain't going. No. I'm saying no. But so yeah, cool. Here's something that's intriguing to me. I don't know how you are when you play sports, but I know how I was when I played sports. Even if I know I was playing against a guy or a team that often got the upper hand on me, which wasn't too many. But I'm not going to come out here on a national press conference and tell somebody that they got the upper hand on me, and I'll think about that when we play. Meaning Lamar Jackson last night said that, the Chiefs were his kryptonite. And I immediately thought of Pedro Martinez talking about the Yankees are my daddy.
Sounds the same, just different wording, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's not a boss move, bro. That's not a boss move.
That's a weak-ass move.
Yeah, regardless if you feel that way, you don't
say it publicly.
You don't tell people that shit. Now, the Holmes and the Chiefs is like, oh yeah, we got this cat. Shit, man, this dude works about us.
If we see them in the conference championships, hell, this is over. That's what they're thinking. Anytime they see him, they know they're in his head.
Not telling you that, bro. Not saying. Like, man, I might be like, fuck, man. All right, let's go play. You know what I mean? But I'm not great play, man. This dude be giving me all the time. Man, I can't even.
No, I'm not going to tell that.
No. So, not a cool look. You lost a couple points. And that big ass chain with that ridiculous emblem, you lost a couple more cool points. So, Patrick Mahomes, MVP after Russell Wilson, 2020.
There you go.
Because this girl's hotter. But anyway, NFC East is the worst division in football.
Biasly unbiased here, we suck.
291. Who's got that one?
We suck. We suck. Okay.
And on top of that, who's the bigger disappointment?
Philly.
Because it was really only a 2-team race. Well, it was supposed to be. The Cowhoes and the Feagles. So
I heard you.
So I think I know what you're gonna say. Who should be more worried at this point? I mean, who is the bigger disappointment?
Bigger disappointment would obviously be the Eagles. You want to know why? Because Dallas does have a new coach and a new system and all that. Not saying that they weren't going to be good or one of the better teams in the NFC. I'm just saying it's a whole new system and all that, especially with COVID happening. They didn't get the time in that they should have, like normal years. But Philly they had a lot of people coming back. You're still together, intact. Why aren't you producing?
Well,
is there something wrong in the locker room? Did you lose your marriage certificate? What is it?
Sir, as much as I'd like to disagree with you and continue to show my hatred for that putrid team that wears a star on their helmet and someone has decided that they were America's team for some God knows reason, the Cowboys are doing exactly what we expected the Cowboys to do. They're just an overdressed average football team giving you average things. So that's what we expect. The Eagles, I'm going to have to agree with you, are the biggest disappointment for me because I had you going to the Super Bowl. But the biggest disappointment is as they filled, as well as you played last year with all the gaps, the injuries, and the holes, they filled every single gap that you had, and none of them is panning out. And your quarterback should have had the biggest chip on his shoulder to come out lighting the world up like
he's lighting the world up. He's lighting it up in INTs.
Yeah. He's supposed to come out like Aaron Rodgers, feel disrespected by not being a top 100 player and let him have it. And he's doing absolutely the opposite. He has proven why he is not a top 100 player. And I am no longer going to say anything positive about the Eagles for the rest of the year. I am that shitty that you fucked up my Super Bowl pick.
Yeah.
You didn't have to go. You could at least act like you wanted to go.
I'd hate to say it's still early because I'm shitty as hell too. So
yeah. Well, no team has started 0-3 and went to the Super Bowl. But you can say you're not 0-3 because you got one tie.
We're not 0-3. Fuck you. That was called the Joe Burrow effect. No, that's actually leading into something else, but I can't get there yet because I don't know why we haven't gotten to that part yet.
Yeah, we're getting there. Best team in the NFC, Seahawks or Packers?
Seahawks.
I like the Packers.
Seahawks.
Packers have struggled a lot less.
This is true, and with injuries, that's going to lead something else later too. So, yeah, all right. Yeah. I can't say much more about it, but yes, I will say that the Seahawks are the better team in the NFC.
Yeah, they're a better looking team in the NFC. I think the Packers. I mean, with the less weapons that he has, and your main weapon gone, and you're still lighting these people up like Christmas trees, I like the Packers. Not to take anything wrong with the Seahawks. I thought you shouldn't have struggled and had to come back and win against a very average football team in the Cowgirls. So
they struggle every time the Cowboys come to Seattle, though.
That's why
they do.
There. That's fine. Yeah. Just like the Colts can't beat goddamn Jacksonville.
That's their kryptonite.
Peyton has never said that.
No.
Moving on. Who should be more worried of these 0-3 teams? The
Vikings.
Texans or the Vikings?
The Vikings. In my opinion, the Vikings. You were scheduled to win your division. The Texans weren't. Huh?
By you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all that matters here. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. You were scheduled to win your division, and the Texans weren't scheduled to win their division. The Texans knew that they got rid of one of their best weapons on offense. Ooh, what happened?
Yankees up 5-1.
Damn.
In the top of the fourth with 2-man on and no outs.
Oh, yep. Damn, Cleveland. Wow. Okay. No, between those two teams, the Texans were definitely they are who we thought they were. type thing. The Vikings, though, on the other hand, I don't know what's going on there. I really think I could say that the coach has really lost that team, and the absence of Stephon Diggs on that offense for Kirk Cousins is hurting him.
Okay. Now, I'm going to agree with you on everything other than the coach can't lose every team that's losing. Sometimes they suck. Dan, there's one of your go-to answers. Coach lose the locker room. Coach lose the locker room.
That's a PC coming out of me.
The coach lose the locker room. No, I don't think the coach lose the locker room. I think what's going on there, I think the absence of Dalvin Cook, the absence of Stephon Diggs is making a crucial impact on how that offensive moves, and it puts too much pressure on the defense. I agree that the Minnesota Vikings should be the more worried of the team. I think the Texans are exactly where most of us thought that they were going to be with losing a caliber weapon of Hopkins, and they're already struggling. They haven't been as strong as they normally are on defense with J.J. Watt leading that charge. So the Texans are probably where I thought they would be. I probably didn't have them.
They are who we thought they were.
With 7 or 8 games. I think I had them at 8-8 or somewhere around there.
You had them at second in the division.
Yes, I got them at 8-8. So I mean, I'm not too much worried about them. I would be more worried if I was Minnesota Vikings.
I agree.
Patrick Mahomes, the fastest quarterback to 10,000 yards in NFL history.
I mean, all I could say right now is if I had a mic, I would drop it because that's what he's doing.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
dude's amazing.
Hey, he's doing amazing things. He's making Eric Bieniemy and Andy Reid look like geniuses, and they're making him look like the Adonis of quarterbacks.
Well, I'm not taking anything away from Mr. Reid. He is almost a guru.
Man, Patrick Mahomes is a better Donovan.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go with that.
I didn't get a Leroy Jethro Gibbs. I do have a Leroy Jethro Gibbs, but I was supposed to have a picture, and I didn't get it, so I don't have one. Yeah, I do.
What do you have?
I do. This goes to Little League football coaches.
Uh-oh.
Or Little League coaches at all. Here's your dumbass moment of the day. Elijah Zayden had a penalty called on him for false start on the offensive line because he did exactly what the coach told him to do. Don't get mad at him because he got a penalty when he followed your instructions. He lined up and you said, "Hey, Thomas, move over." So what does he do? He moves over. And what happens? Flag.
Because he was already set.
Because he was doing what you told him to do.
Right. He was already set. Coach told him to move over, so he is following directions. And the coach shouldn't have told him to move over at that time if he noticed he was already set in his stance.
Especially when that's not the position he normally plays. So, I slap you in the back of the head. I think you feel it, but you wouldn't feel it because of your damn dreads.
I don't have dreads.
All right. So that's my thing.
All right. There you go. I'm good. Let's what's your you got some surprises?
I do. We didn't even talk about the top. Yeah, we did. And it wasn't even worth it. So yeah. Surprise. My surprise player is Cam Newton.
I have nothing to disagree with you on that.
I mean, I know he took a loss last week and won this week, but one of the things that people picked apart pretty much throughout Cam's career and also was one of the biggest negatives that people talked about when he signed this one-year deal with the New England Patriots is about their precision passing offense. Hey, Kim's been on his timing game. It's not really been one of his strengths, but he's very much improved, or he's been done very good work on that. And that's going to help him out with not trying to run the ball 15 times a game. From the left. So far, my surprise player is Cam Newton.
Like I said, man, I'm not going to go against you on that. I think that he is showing that he can change and go with the flow of the new system, and he's putting it out there, man. And he's saving his body, like you said, so he doesn't have to run 15 to 20 times a game and get pummeled all the time. You know, he's saving it. He's using his arm like a quarterback should to save the rest of his body.
That one went really far. I haven't seen too many home runs hit that far off Garrett Cole. That went a really long way. I just have to look up, and I'm just like, wow. It just went bye-bye. The exit velocity had to be about 95 to 100 miles an hour.
At least. Shut up.
Yeah. Well, no, we're not going to get credit on that exit velocity terminology, but
no,
I'll let it go.
Not tonight. Not tonight.
Who you got for your surprise team?
We mentioned them earlier. I'm going to say the Bears. I really didn't think that the Bears would be 3-0. I really didn't think that the Bears could come. Well, we're talking about because they played the Falcons, right? Didn't they play the Falcons
last week and came back in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, exactly. We were talking about the Falcons, but they're making anybody look good. However, like I said, I mean, I didn't think that the Bears had their defense was there. The offense was shaky and skeptical. Their offense is showing up. Their defense is doing what they should. That's who I got as my surprises, right now. Bears.
Sounds good to me. Who are your disappointing players or teams? Teams. Oh, yeah. Eagles with
2-1.
The Eagles with a clean sweep for the third week in a row.
No, we didn't lose.
No. I said for your disappointment.
Oh, yeah. Wholeheartedly. I ain't even talking about them right now.
No, I'm so disappointed. I don't even have them on there. My disappointing player, Lamar Jackson. We were so hyped up for this game, this shootout between you and Patrick Mahomes and Kryptonite. So disappointing. Yeah, my disappointing team, goddamn Cardinals. The Lions, really? The Lions. Oh, we forgot to put Matt Patricia's name up there too. But
that's why it's not there right now, because he won.
The Lions.
Hey, man, hey, the Cardinals they're not going to go undefeated. They're not going to win 13 games either.
Lose to a good team.
Hey, it happens any given Sunday.
Oh.
I had to throw it in.
All right, so last week's projections, our best game was the Chiefs and Ravens. It was a good game for the Chiefs.
It was definitely not the game that we thought it was going to be at all. We thought it was going to be a lot closer, a lot better, and nope. One team decided to show up, and that'd be Lex Luthor. Did you get it? Did you miss it?
Yeah, I got it. I was doing his 1 touchdown, 2 touchdown, 3 touchdown, 4. But his name is Patrick Mahomes. It's not Pat. It's Patrick.
That's my homie.
Worst game last week. 49ers and Giants was mine. Bengals and Eagles was yours. We already know how yours turned out.
Worst game.
The 49ers Giants game. I thought it was going to be a pretty bad game because both teams were missing key pieces, and it was a really bad game for the Giants.
Giants suck.
The Giants suck. If I'm a Giants fan, I am mad at the world. Like they're like Buffalo is holding down New York.
Oh yeah, wholeheartedly.
All right. So I guess our projected last week's projected intriguing game was the Rams and Bills. That was a really good game.
I was gonna say it was intriguing.
That was a really good game.
Because that was what 35-30. Because they came back and scored late in the fourth quarter. I believe Buffalo did, right?
Win the game.
Yes, like 15, 20 seconds left, maybe.
Yeah, it was a really good game. So that one panned out.
Well, we have 1 for 3. Ain't bad.
All right, so we're moving on to. Hey, man, we're getting pretty good at this, kind of. So we're moving on to the next game, to next week's projected game. So, what's your projected best game of the week?
I'm going to have to say the Colts at Bears. I think that's going to be, and not because I'm a homer. I'm a football fan, and the Colts and Bears are going to be a very good game. You have an offense that's on fire, coming off that comeback win in Chicago, against a defense who is not that bad. Now, granted, it's not as good as what we thought it was going to be, but it's still there. And on the other side, you have a defense that is stout as hell in the Bears, and they're going up against an offense who is dinged up, but getting some pieces back and at the right time. And I think it's going to be a really good game.
I like that pick. I actually have that pick as my most intriguing game, the Colts and the Bears. And I have it there as in the Colts tend to struggle when they play the Bears. If I was a betting man,
you bet your ass you would put your money on.
If I was a betting man, which I am not, if you were a bettor, I would take that game as in the points. I think the Colts are going to win the game, but I think they're going to win it under the points. So if you have the Bears,
so it's going to be under 51 or whatever.
No, what I mean is like if the Colts are supposed to win by 3 or by 6, I think they win by 2.
I gotcha.
So
pick the Bears and the points or the Colts and the points is what you're saying.
Right.
Okay. Who's winning? The Colts.
I'm still taking the Colts to win, but take the Bears and the points.
Gotcha. All right. There you have it, folks. You bet your ass. The one is picking the Bears and the points. Worst game, Damon.
But on my sheet, I'm damn right I'm picking the Colts to win the game.
Worst game in your mind this week. What do you got?
Well, I haven't told you my best game.
I thought you did. You said the Colts and Bears.
No, I said.
No, you said that was your intriguing game. I'm sorry. Who's your best game?
The Steelers and the Titans, bro.
Is there going to be a game?
If there was a game, I was not prepared. I was not prepared for this not to be a game, so I didn't think of anything else to pick. So I guess my intriguing and my best game are probably going to be the same game. But if this game was to take place, it's the game of the. It would be the game of the week, or it should be the game of the week because it's the two teams that are undefeated playing against each other. Both of them are huge contenders in the AFC. One of them was in the championship game last year for the AFC. So this is a lot of big things going on. This could put either one of these teams a firm second in the AFC. So huge game if it happens.
Now, worst game.
Vikings, Texans.
I can't say that I can blame that call. But I'm going to say the Ravens and the Washington football team.
Yeah, it was a coin flip.
Right? I think the Ravens and the Vikings are going to just beat the dog shit out of both of their the opponents.
I don't think the Vikings are beating the shit out of anybody.
So
I just think it's going to be a terrible game between 0-3 teams who are struggling to find the identity and the win.
Yeah.
And I do think the Ravens are going to beat the dog piss out of the Skins because they're shitty they lost. He's mad because he pulled his whole shit talking about some kryptonite.
Right.
And the fact that the Washington football team is a bad football team and they just lost their best player on defense.
Yep.
So.
All right. Yeah. Now, you already said the most intriguing game would be the Colts and Bears, right?
Yep.
Okay. I have the Seattle Seahawks at Miami Dolphins, and I'm going to tell you why right here. Seattle doesn't always do the greatest when they travel to the southeast region of the country. Also, they have a very long injury report going on right now. Now, granted, we all know that questionable could mean several different things, but just to know that they are that dinged up could potentially, going along with their record going to the southeast region of the country from all the way, it's like going from two separate.
What is their record playing from the northwest to the southeast?
I don't know. It's just not good.
What's your backing, sir?
I was waiting on you because my stat guy is back at Ball State, rolling with some esports and whatnot lately. So I didn't get that stat pulled up.
Yeah.
I want to look it up. I guarantee I'm right.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
After the show, I will look it up.
I want you to look it up because we've had all the cliches from Mr. Dan today. It's any given day, and now it's if they travel west, if they travel east.
No, I'm just saying from one corner of the states to the other. The farthest.
If they travel west to the east, if they travel east to the west, they're gonna lose.
You bet your ass I'm taking Miami in the points.
Oh, you only taking Miami points because Fitzpatrick has the second best beard in all of sports.
Who's first?
Harden.
Oh boy, Damon, what else you got? Anything you got?
Yeah, that's it, man. I'm trying to get over here and see if I can see the judge or Aaron, whatever. John Santana Carlos.
Wow. Can you find any more Hispanic names to throw in there?
Hose A and Hose B.
Oh my God. That guy right there, he is the one. This guy right here, he is the ass. Together we are Black and White Sports, powered by First Financial Bank. 317-417-8582. Call John today for all your banking essentials, and I love this part, and accessories. 317-417-8582. And a Rockstar Realtor, Mr. Shawn Nugent, 317-503-8322. Buying or selling a home, you want to talk to Shawn at Talk to Tucker today, 317-503-8322. Damon, it's been Taco Tuesday, and what do?
We try not to swing at balls in the dirt. Keep it sporty, Indy.
Oh, pew pew!
She just farted.
Did you put her out like that on national television?
Yep. Peace.
Hey.